Hey everyone, and welcome to tonight's webinar. My name is Julie Henderson. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy nights to come on this webinar tonight. I know everybody's super busy, especially this time of year, and your time is really valuable to us, so we are going to try to give you as much information in as short of a time as possible, totally make it worth your while, and share our stories with you. So I see you guys found the chat bar already. Go ahead, introduce yourself, tell us where you're from. We're going to give everybody a couple more minutes to hop on. And I also have some friends with me tonight, so I'm going to let them go ahead and introduce themselves as well.
Hey everyone, I'm Tatiana Amico, and I just want to say if you get cut off, please go back to that link in your email and you should be able to hop back on. If for some reason we disappear, just hold tight, we'll be back, don't worry. And Kristen's on here too.
Hey guys, how are you doing? I see the chat bar filling up. We are super excited for tonight. So let's start giving some shout outs. I see Melissa from Amherst, welcome. Jen from Clarence, actually. I love it.
Holly, California, Amy, Massachusetts, awesome. People from all over the place.
Lots of Western New Yorkers. Atlanta.
Florida, Nancy in Tampa. Sweet.
Mindy, Niagara Falls. We have Texas. Kelly's in LA.
Cassandra's on from Livonia. Did I say that right? I have no idea.
Vanessa from Maine is on, and Katie from North Carolina. The three of us are all coming from Western New York, so I'm sure North Carolina is a lot warmer than us right now.
Yeah, I'd like to be there.
We were just talking about how cold it was. And we have Tampa, nice and warm.
All right, I think we should get started. So let's begin. You are in the right place tonight. If you're ready to start living your life by design, ready to get healthy, maintain a healthy lifestyle, stop that dieting roller coaster, feel amazing, inspire and help others, and make a great living while doing it. Guys, if you can cut off distractions like Facebook, I know how distracting that could be, just so that you could really pay attention and get all the information that we are going to provide to you and all the awesomeness that is about to go on. So Julie is going to go ahead and share her screen. Oh, and also, if you guys have any questions, you can put them in the chat box, but I'm sure that we're probably going to go over that throughout, so, you know, maybe wait until the end to do that. And Julie, did you want to talk about the gift card?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me get my screen going here. All right, can you guys see that slide okay?
Yep, I see it.
Oh, you know what? Let me... Okay, there we go. Okay, how's that?
Yep, I see it.
All right, great. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Also, if you stick around to the end, we are going to be talking about the $50 Amazon gift card raffle. So you'll want to make sure to stick around and get all the information about that. So like Tatiana just mentioned, we are going to be talking about how to live your life by design with the coaching effect. We are Beachbody coaches, and we're going to be sharing a little bit of what we have done to change our lives and the team and the people that we've surrounded ourselves with, and how we've really been able to take our passion, our talent, and something that you can earn money with and make it your complete dream job and the absolute whole entire package. So some of you may not know me, and you were not invited by me, so I'm just going to tell you a little bit of my story and how I got involved with Beachbody. My name is Julie Henderson, like I said before, and I'm a 5-star Diamond Beachbody coach. I've been married to my husband, Scott, for 11 years now, and I always struggled with my weight for as long as I can remember. I was just like a lot of women, and a lot of you may relate to this. I struggled and tried every single diet out there. I had the food that was packaged and shipped to my door. I did Atkins, where I was eating nothing but chicken wings, which is kind of funny now because I don't eat meat. And I've done Weight Watchers, where I actually lost weight with it, but I was eating baked Cheetos and deli meats and Diet Mountain Dew. So it was anything but healthy. And I honestly didn't know what to do. I didn't know what meal plans to follow. I didn't know anything about good nutrition. And I would really, really yo-yo up and down. During the summers, I would go into panic mode for summers and vacations, where I would diet and work out and lose a lot of weight. And then I would go for months in the winter where I wouldn't work out at all, and my weight would literally yo-yo about 25 pounds at least once a year. I was unhappy in my own skin. I was embarrassed every time that I gained weight. My clothes didn't fit, and I just felt horrible on the inside and the outside. And this was all through high school and through my early 20s. After high school, I went away to college and came home 2 weeks later and changed my major about 5 times. I did great in school. I just had no idea what I wanted to do. Nothing gave me that passion and that drive. So finally, after changing my major so many times, I dropped out of college and took a job working for General Motors. And I was working on a factory line. I made great money, had great benefits, and I was completely miserable. I had the same job all day long. I was working nights, weekends, midnights a lot of times. I was working holidays, mandatory overtime, 10-hour shifts, and it was just really taking its toll. The last job that I had there, I stood in one spot all day long for 9.5 hours. I drilled 8 screws in a piece of plastic and pushed the plastic aside. And after 6 years, I couldn't take it anymore. There was no way that I was going to be able to stay there for 30 years. I was going nuts already. And so I made a decision and sat down with my husband, and I knew I needed to do something to make myself happy. So I left. I quit GM. People thought I was absolutely crazy, and I just knew that I needed to find something that really drove me and that gave me that passion. So I took a huge pay cut doing that. I went back to school, and during that time, I'm a big animal lover, so I started dog grooming. Dog groomers do not make a ton of money, and especially when I was going to school, I had school loans, and because I was used to General Motors income, and now I was having almost no income, it was a huge hit. I went into debt pretty bad with that, but I was doing things that I loved. I was dog grooming, and then I started working at a spa full-time, and I absolutely loved it. But it wasn't a ton of pay, and I still really didn't have that freedom. It was retail hours. I had to ask off time for holidays, and I still didn't have that freedom and that flexibility that I really needed. So just before I left General Motors, that was my first introduction to Beachbody, and I ended up seeing a P90X infomercial one day. I'm sure you've all seen them. You've been up late some nights, and they come on TV, and a lot of times you sit there watching them and watching people work out while you're eating ice cream, and that was me. And so I ordered P90X, and when it came, I did it by myself. I was given a free coach. If you become a coach, you will realize that you start to get free customers through Beachbody, and I was a free customer to somebody, and they didn't reach out to me, so I actually thought it was an automated person, or like an automated computer robot on the other end. I didn't think my coach was a real person. So for 2 years, I did P90X all by myself in my basement with no support except for my husband and Facebook. And what I was doing was posting my workouts on Facebook and sharing what I was doing and sharing my results. And it was keeping me accountable. And what I didn't realize was at the same time, it was inspiring others to better their nutrition and better their fitness as well. So people started coming to me, asking me what I was doing, and I was telling them P90X, go get it, and they were. I had no idea what coaches were, or that I could become a coach. So after that, about 2 years into it, I ended up meeting somebody who was a real life coach, and I found out that people were coaches and that I could be a coach too, and it was already what I was doing. I was sharing what I was doing and helping people, and keeping myself accountable by doing that. And so I was like, this is too good to be true. You mean I can get a discount, earn a commission, and do what I'm already doing? Like, I didn't believe it. So I researched the crap out of it, and I couldn't find a reason not to do it. There was no contract. I could quit anytime if it didn't work. And so I ended up signing up. At the time I became a coach, I was going to school full-time still, and I was working full-time, and I was studying for my state boards for massage therapy, which if you have any friends that are massage therapists, it's a lot harder than it sounds for state boards. So I had no time, I had no money, but something just really, really drew this to me, and I just knew that I needed to do it. So I pulled out a credit card and put my Les Mills Pump Challenge Pack on my credit card and just ran with it. And it was just so fun. I absolutely loved it. I was meeting amazing people. So a year after I became a coach, unexpectedly, I lost my job. And if I had not been a coach, it would have been completely devastating because it was a full-time income at that point. And that I lost literally at the end of my shift, I was done. And that could have been completely crushing. And because of coaching, I had that. I had that backup, and I had that security. And so I've been a full-time coach ever since, and it has been absolutely amazing and just the best thing that I've done. So my husband, he has been at his job for 22 years. He was a manager of a local business, a small business, and he was getting to the point where he was miserable at his job. Sunday nights were really bad. He would just, you could just tell, like, he started getting the Monday blues because he knew he had to go to work the next day. Even on vacations, the last couple of days, if we were on vacation, he just really started to, you could just see it because he was just dreading having to go back to work. So after 22 years of work, he was finally able to leave his full-time job as well this past August. So he's been home with me as a full-time coach with me for 4 months. So since then, we have been able to make our own time, make our own schedule. We walk to Starbucks in the mornings. We sometimes bring our computers and work from Starbucks. We get to work from home. We travel all over. One of the greatest things about Beachbody is they've sent us to a lot of places. And we got to go to Disney through Beachbody, and it was Scott's first time ever going to Disney, which was really cool to see him as an adult experiencing Disney for the first time. They also sent us to Arizona in September, and the great thing about this is when he originally asked off work for this Arizona trip, he was denied, and he was told he couldn't have off work. So it was originally going to be just me going by myself for this completely paid-for trip through Beachbody. And he ended up quitting his job the month before that. So he was not only able to go to Arizona with me, he was able to see his sister. He has a half-sister who lives in Arizona. He has only met her once before in his whole entire life, and we were able to go out to Arizona together and see his sister. And this picture on the right is him and his sister in Arizona, just from this past September. The picture on the left is a selfie he took, I don't condone this, a selfie he took while he was driving home on his last day of work. And so that face right there just shows you the face of freedom. But just honestly, to say that coaching has changed my life would be a complete understatement. My life will never be the same. I have met some of the greatest people through coaching. I have met some of my closest friends. I've traveled all over. I've been able to pay off debt. I've been able to help people and help people do the same. I've been able to inspire others with their fitness. I've been able to help other people get out of jobs that they're not happy with, help them pay off debt. And that really is the most important thing. It has just been absolutely, absolutely amazing. So that is my story. I could probably go on and on about all of the ways that Beachbody and starting with P90X has changed me inside and out. I am a completely different person, but I am going to go ahead and turn it over to Tatiana, and she is going to talk about her story because she has an even more amazing story about how Beachbody has helped her.
Thanks, Julie, and you're an amazing leader. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And I love that picture of Scott, the selfie. All right. So I'm Tatiana Amico. I'm a mom to a 2-year-old named Mateo, and I've been married for 4 years. I call myself a recovering professional dieter because I did every single diet out there, very similar to what Julie was talking about. You know, Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, Nutrisystem. I did diet pills. I had eating disorders. I grew up watching all the women around me on some kind of diet. So any party I would go to, I just remember all the women talking about what diet they were on, or, you know, what new thing they were doing, yet they're stuffing their faces with all the crap that's there. Anyway, so I ended up having a very, very bad relationship with food and exercise. You can see some pictures here. The bottom left one is from high school. The year before that picture was taken, I had been suffering from an eating disorder. And then I started binging, and then this is what happened. The top left was a few months after my wedding. I didn't even realize how much weight I had gained post-wedding, which shows the continuing yo-yo dieting. I also didn't realize how much I have lost since then until this pulled up from a Time Hop app. It's actually a pretty cool app because I get to see how my life has changed. But it's pretty crazy seeing that. And that's my mom. You should see her now. She has been doing the 21-Day Fix program and drinking Shakeology daily at 69. She has changed her life because of this program and, of course, because of my influence. She has more energy now than ever. She's off medications. Her cholesterol has dropped from 360 to 160. So that's great, but back to me. Even better, I am also a recovering I wisher and I canter. I'll never be able to. Yeah, but sheer, I don't know if I'll ever be able to. A person that does all those things. I want you to know that I was in your shoes at one point. I know how crappy all of this can be. I felt hopeless at times with my own health and my life in general. I suffered through depression and anxiety. I felt like I was living my own version of Groundhog Day, like every day going to work, 8 to 5 job, sitting in a cubicle, then coming home, and usually I would just watch TV, doing absolutely nothing for myself. I knew I wanted more out of life. So I finally did something about it. I stopped making excuses. I stopped those limiting beliefs and the negative thinking, and I will never, ever diet again. I went from laid off and scared. I actually got laid off a week after I found out I was pregnant. So just imagine that for a moment, like finding out you're pregnant and then getting, pulled into an office and saying, oh, you don't have a job anymore. And with a shit ton of school loans and credit card debt, and my stubborn self not wanting to go to my husband and ask him for money for anything. And now I'm making more than I had at my corporate job, and I get to stay home with my son. Which, when I got pregnant, I realized that there was no way I wanted to leave him. There was no way I was going to leave him. I would see moms while I was pregnant in groups so upset about having to leave their babies, and it killed me thinking about that possibility. I still see those posts, and it is like heart-wrenching because I know, I can only imagine what that would be like. I can't even leave him for a couple of hours because he starts crying. A few years ago, I realized I just didn't want to stay on the dieting roller coaster anymore. I wanted to feel good. I knew I was not feeling the way I was meant to feel, so I began educating myself. And what I learned changed my life. I couldn't believe the things I had done to my body, that quote-unquote food I had been putting in my mouth. But I did it. I changed my life. I began making changes. I began doing workouts that worked. Like Insanity, has anyone heard of that? It's pretty awesome. And I surrounded myself with people that were doing the same things. But I was still an I canter. I was still a negative thinker. That began to change last year when I became a coach. I did say no to Julie like 4 or 5 times, and I know she's laughing right now because of all the no's and all the excuses I would make. One of the big ones was that I had no time. now I think, I imagine if I had not done this, if I had kept making excuses, I mean, I couldn't even imagine, if I had not done this. At first, though, when I did become a coach, I did absolutely nothing, and you'll see that in a bit. I would compare myself to others and just felt like I could never get there, that I could never actually make this happen. I thought it only happened for a few lucky ones. I was so insecure. I had absolutely no self-confidence. I wondered who the heck would listen to me, and I mean, more, on and on. Had I kept up with that thinking, I'm sure I would not be where I am today. Just 1 year later, seeing what I have done and thinking, oh my God, this is not real, this can't be real, but it so is. This has completely changed my life. Not only has it changed my life, but I get to be part of others changing their lives, others taking control and becoming healthy and happy. I no longer diet. I no longer have insane sugar cravings like I used to. I no longer work out for hours with no results. If you check out that bottom picture, at the age of 32, I look and feel better post-baby than I have in my entire life. I don't say things like I can't or I wish. I don't compare myself to others, and I don't wait for things. I do. Some pretty amazing things happen when I drop my excuses. I made time. I invested in my health. I wanted to change, and so I did what I had to do to make it happen. And because of that, I am living a dream that I thought would never come true. Had I continued to say no to Julie, had I waited, like honestly, waiting is one of the worst things ever. Not taking action stopped me from so much in the past. Who knows where I would be today? Had I not just busted out that credit card, said, screw it, I'm taking a leap of faith, who knows where I'd be? I do know, because I would be in that same spot, hoping and wishing and dreaming and not healthy and not happy, that place that I'm in right now. All right, that's it. Now I'm going to turn it over to Kristen so that you get to hear her story is amazing.
Wow, thank you, Tatiana, and I had chills listening to both of you. So, hi everyone again. My name is Kristen Garro, and I am a busy mama of 3. I have been married to my husband, Nelson, for 3 years. That's him in the top picture. And in those 3 years, we have 3 amazing kiddos, all under the age of 3. Yikes, right? Mason is 2.5, and Diem and Layla, our twin girls, are going to be 1 year old on Sunday. I still can't believe this. I'm sure if you're a mom, you can relate to this. I have a crazy anxiety about it. So I want to tell you a little bit about how I got here. I spent the better half of my life being a victim of the diet industry. I suffered silently through bulimia, diet pills, quick fixes. The weirdest thing I ever did was a lemon juice cleanse. That's awful. I think of it now, and I can't believe I was so stupid. Weight Watchers, and over-exercise. This all led to me having an extremely unhealthy relationship with food and exercise. I was constantly up and down on the scale. I was skinny, I was heavy, I was medium, never where I wanted to be. I was never healthy, and I definitely for sure was never happy. I worked a job for 4.5 years, and I was the same. I was unhappy, I was depressed, I was miserable in my job. It wasn't that way when I started, but it turned into that. So I went back to school to get my MBA. That did nothing. I was still miserable, I was still depressed, I was still unhappy in my life. So I quit with debt, and now on top of my previous huge student loan, I have my master's degree student loan. Then we found out we were expecting. Surprise! Pregnant and out of a job, unmarried. I'm pretty positive that everyone said, wow, she's not going to amount to much. Luckily, my unplanned pregnancy happened with the perfect man for me. He supported me and encouraged me to do something I loved, but what was that? I had no idea. Then an opportunity to own my own business appeared, seemingly overnight. It kind of fell into my lap. My husband only wanted me to be happy and said, do it, and totally supported me. I closed out my 401k from my job and made a huge purchase. I jumped and opened my own stroller fitness franchise. I felt like I had a purpose again. I did all this while I was pregnant with Mason, and my pregnancy had some serious complications. I was really, really sick. And then after he was born, I brought home a very colicky infant with reflux. If you can relate to that, I give you credit. I totally threw myself back into fitness to avoid some serious postpartum depression in the making. I could feel it coming on. I knew it wasn't right. Then my up and down weight battle began again. About a year later, while I was still struggling up and down, that's when I met Tatiana. And she introduced me to clean eating and nutrition. She was going to school for nutrition, and I started educating myself. And once I had all that knowledge, I decided I was changing. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to feel better. So I changed my diet. I got rid of all processed foods, and I began eating clean and healthy and whole foods. Clean eating and exercise equaled the best shape of my life. And then I got pregnant again. This time it was twins. Imagine our surprise. This was a serious shock to us after the chaos surrounding Mason's pregnancy. I was determined that my new healthy lifestyle was going to make this pregnancy better. I promised my husband, I told him it's all going to be okay. I'm healthy this time. I was right and I was wrong. Our twin pregnancy was doomed from conception, as my doctor would say. I had internal bleeding, hyperemesis, I had to have a PICC line. I was on numerous medications for anti-nausea and just all different complications. And then my body finally quit. At 29 and a half weeks, I had an emergency C-section, early morning, December 7th. And our girls were born completely healthy at 29 and a half weeks, just teeny tiny. Sorry guys, this is a lot. This was amazing because you worry about a baby not making it to a full term. So it was really awesome. The only not awesome part was where I was wrong, and I was the one who was not doing well. I was bleeding out. I had no platelets. My blood work was awful. I developed a condition that they call DIC, and it would be 6 days before I met my new babies. It took them 26 blood transfusions, 4 of just platelet transfusions, and 2 additional surgeries to save my life. But I survived. And my doctor, after all was said and done, my doctor thanked me and told me that he thanked God for my healthy lifestyle, because if I didn't have that healthy foundation, I'd be dead. Think about that. Somebody says you would be dead if you weren't healthy. Just a few years back when I had Mason, I was not healthy like that. I almost wasn't here to tell you this story, and sorry guys, said I wasn't going to cry. So we're coming up to a year that this all happened, and 1 year ago, after all was said and done, I made the decision that I was going to make the rest of my life the best of my life. As soon as I was physically healed, I jumped right back in and hit the ground running. The next thing I knew, Tatiana was sharing her new coaching journey with me. She was noticing, I was back at it and going. I totally blew her off. Not 1, not 2, but 4 times. I'm sure she's smiling and shaking her head right now. Finally, I went to hear her speak at an event she invited me to. And I didn't want to disappoint her because we were friends. So I went. And I was so moved. The inspiration filled in the room, the motivation, and the friendship. I knew I had to be part of this. This was the purpose I had been looking for years. I anxiously went home. I was so ready to do this. If I could have signed up there, I probably would have. But that financial dependence on my husband, it'll mess with your head. Because I was afraid to ask him for $160 to spend on myself. I didn't know what to do. It was all mental. I don't know what came over me that day that I came home. It must have been everything combined. And I said, I need to do this. And he said, okay, put it on the credit card. And I'm like, what? That was 7 months ago. 7 months ago, I finally said yes. I invested that $160 in myself. I think that's the most I've spent on myself since I was out of work. And this was the best $160 we ever spent. Because in 7 months, I have earned more income than I made my entire 3 years owning my stroller fitness business. I have actually made more than I invested in that business, which was a lot. I've met some of my closest friends. I have worked on myself, completely overhauled who I am and who I want to be. I've developed myself. I gained that self-esteem and confidence that I've never had my entire life, that I always struggled with. I've gotten to travel. We went to Vegas in June, and then we went to Florida on a family vacation, and the only reason we could swing that was because I was pulling in an income. That was the only reason. Not only that, but that financial dependence that was always right here. I created my own financial stability, and I'm no longer living to please others, just myself, and of course my family. So I was that people pleaser, and now I'm not. And lastly, if you can see in that bottom picture on the slide, that picture on the left was when I was 21, and that picture on the right is me last year at 30, post 3 babies. I look way better. I feel better. I can't even say enough about what this has done for me. And who doesn't want to look better at 30 than they looked at 21? So thank you for letting me share my journey with you. I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Julie.
That was absolutely amazing. I don't think that there is probably a dry eye on the chats right now, and we have a lot of twin mamas watching and listening too. So thank you so much for sharing your story. It's absolutely incredible. I'm just going to fly through this because I know we're already taking a lot of your time tonight. So a lot of you may not really understand what exactly Beachbody is. So Beachbody was founded by two men, John Condon and Carl Deichler, back in 1998, and they started with the mission to be able to help people lead healthy and fulfilling lives. And they started as an infomercial company, and so you may know like P90, P90X, Turbo Jam, Slim and 6, and those are the first programs that Beachbody came out with. And so what they realized is people were going into different chat rooms on the Beachbody website, and the people that were getting the best results were the people that had that accountability, and they were holding each other accountable, helping each other out, and cheering each other on. So in 2007, they launched Team Beachbody, which is the network of coaches. So after the network of coaches started, that's where people could sign up and be coaches, help support people, help motivate people, and that's really what we do. So since then, there have been a ton of new products and programs that have come out. Shanti came into the picture just after that, and so I'm sure you all know of Insanity, Asylum, T25, and the new Insanity Max 30 that just came out on Tuesday. Shakeology, the superfood supplement that we all rave about, that came out in 2009. and there's just been a ton of new products and promotions. They're always looking for new ways to really help people reach their goals, help people to get fit, get healthy in the shortest amount of time, in the safest way, from home. And I know a lot of you have done the 21-Day Fix, which is one of the newer workouts. That came out last February, and it's just absolutely amazing. The meal plan in that is brilliant. It has the color-coded meal containers, and we're looking forward to the new 21-Day Fix Extreme that's coming out in February. And Beachbody really isn't slowing down. They're always looking for ways to improve and ways to grow. So like I just mentioned, the 21-Day Fix Extreme is set to come out in February of 2015, and there are about 3 or 4 more products and programs that are set to come out in the new year as well.
So as you can see, there is a major health crisis in this country, and unfortunately it's actually trickling to countries all over the world. You don't even need to look at this picture. Tomorrow, take a look around, or actually better yet, think about those you know, your family and friends. Is there anyone struggling with weight or health issues? Anyone constantly on a diet? Does this possibly include yourself? This is why we do what we do. There is a problem that is getting worse, and we are fighting that problem. We provide the solutions and support to get people healthy and to end this trend of obesity, diabetes, fatigue, and so much more. Do you know that kids are getting this now? They're getting type 2 diabetes, a disease that was only found in adults. We help people feel the way they are meant to feel, and this keeps us motivated to do the same for ourselves and our families. I personally will not let my child go through all I went through, and that's another major reason I do this. It's for him to grow up seeing what it is to be healthy, both body and mind. Kristen's going to go into what a coach is.
All right, so a coach is so many things. A coach is support, motivation, accountability. We change lives by sharing our stories. Not only do we keep our clients accountable, but we keep ourselves accountable and the other coaches on our team accountable. We are all about having fun and improving ourselves in the works. You don't have to be a fitness trainer or know all the right nutrition. I thought I didn't need to be a coach because I was already a fitness trainer and I was going to reach millions on my own. But guess what? You can be both, and plus with coaching, I have expanded my network and I'm helping people all over. I could never teach enough classes to equal that amount of lives I've changed through coaching. Also, if you're thinking this is the right move for you because you're great at sales, you're probably not going to be a great fit for our team because we never sell. To us, it's all about sharing our story and our journey and matching fitness programs to meet each person's need. I'm going to go, if you're looking for your own accountability, fun, to help others on their journey, you're ready to improve yourself, you're definitely in the right place right now. Tatiana is going to tell you about some of the benefits.
So some of the benefits about coaching. Setting your own work hours. You can also work full-time or part-time. You know, it's up to you. You want to work an hour? Cool. One of the top coaches, he started out just working, he had a full-time job just working on his lunch break, and he's doing pretty well. So, you know, it depends on what you do in that hour. So like I said, you want to work an hour, that's totally cool. You tell your coach what your goals are and how long you want to work, and we help you come up with that plan to reach your goals. You can build online or in person. I'm all about online. I basically do this all on Facebook, and the funny thing is that I absolutely hated Facebook. I know a couple of girls are on here right now that know that. I refuse to get on. One actually made me get on a few years ago. So, you know, I just started building online, and I love it. I've met so many people. I would have never met Julie and Kristen too, because I found out about her on Facebook. So also, guys, the motivation and accountability, I can't even tell you. If you want to stop giving up on your health and stop the yo-yo dieting, this is it. This is the way to do it. sometimes I don't feel like it, but I see all the people I'm in the groups doing it, and I know I want to continue. I want to continue to inspire others, and because everyone else is doing it. So I do. I have a coach that, she had got a program and wasn't really doing too much with it, and she became a coach and lost 20 pounds in a month. So it really does show how motivating it is to do this. We've said it, I think all of us have said this, you meet amazing people. You build lasting friendships. You become a part of something that is so awesome. You will be surrounding yourself with people who want more, that want to be healthy and happy and want more out of their lives. I always tell people to surround themselves with the kind of person they want to be. Think of that. Are you doing that now? Because I know I wasn't. I wasn't surrounding myself with people. I was surrounding myself with people that ate like crap, that never exercised. They always complained about their lives, but then they did nothing about it. And not anymore. Not since I did this. And then the last thing is we have fun.
So on top of all of those great things that Tatiana just mentioned, we also get a 25% discount on all of our own products. And so if you're somebody who's already loving Shakeology, loving the benefits of it, if you are a coach, even if you just use it for the discount and the discount on your own Shakeology, you save about $100 every 6 months just with that discount. We also earn a 25% commission on purchases through us. And we also, as you start to build your team and your team grows, we start earning cycle bonuses. There's also a lot of recognition and really cool Beachbody swag that we earn. There's a picture of one of our coaches there, Kristen, wearing her new P90 shirt and her new P90 hat that she earned for helping people last month. There's cool trips all over the place. You can see Andrea there hanging out with Shalene Johnson in Las Vegas at one of our trips. The bottom right corner is the next trip that's coming up in April of 2015, and that is in Cancun, and it's completely paid for. I mentioned before that my husband and I had gone to Disney with Beachbody. We actually did a workout with Shanti right underneath the big Epcot ball. And then we also have team-specific trips that we do that aren't hosted by Beachbody. We have, for the local coaches, this last summer we rented a catamaran and sailed across the Niagara River on a sunset cruise. And we also have a Diamond Leadership Retreat that's coming up in February at a beach house for the top coaches on Team Pure Synergy. And so it's really amazing to be rewarded for helping people and really being able to earn that. And how many people right now, how many people actually get rewarded at their current jobs? I know for me, I was always working at jobs and I completely felt underappreciated and like I wasn't even noticed. And so it's just amazing to get this kind of recognition and to get the rewards just for helping people.
So what can you expect from this team? Everything. Support, encouragement, camaraderie, all of that is huge on our team. Surrounding yourself with positive, motivated, driven people is seriously contagious, and it's what keeps me going daily. We have an exclusive Facebook group and team training for all of our coaches. That's just Team Synergy. We have weekly calls, webinars, new coach calls, all filled with support. And if you're a Buffalo local, we even have local team gatherings like Julie talked about with the catamaran. That was so much fun. Our goal is simple: to empower you to be successful in your journey. We give you all the tools, the tips, the trainings you need to set you up for success. And right now, we are coming up on the biggest month in the health and fitness industry. New Year's resolutions are going to be big. And luckily, we have one more December training to get all of our coaches ready for this new year. So next, let's talk about what your options are for coaching. There could be 3 different reasons why you would want to start coaching. You may be interested in getting a 25% discount on all of your Beachbody products. That's totally cool. Or you may want the discount, but you also want to get your Shakeology and your programs paid for while helping a couple people each month. And third, you want to create a financial freedom and a sustainable income through coaching and helping others on their journey to health and wellness. Whichever category you fall into, you still receive all the great benefits of our team. You're still surrounded by like-minded people who are all working towards the goal of ending the trend of obesity. We have so many coaches who start not knowing what category they fall into. I am one of those. I knew I wanted something more. I knew I had bills to pay, but there was a huge doubt in my head of what I could actually do. The day I signed up and purchased my Shakeology and 21-Day Fix program, I immediately posted to Facebook and asked people to join me. The first 2 weeks that I was a coach, I had 8 people join me on my journey before my program even got here. I had no idea, but I knew it was going to be awesome. Remember that $160 investment I talked about? Well, since I wanted my husband to do Shakeology and the program with me, I signed him up as a coach. So that was another $160. So in total, a $320 investment. This was me who was afraid to ask for the $160 to start with. In my first 2 weeks as a coach, I made $384. And right there and then is when I discovered all of the potential that this business had to offer, and I knew that I was going to make it my career. Tatiana is going to go in a little bit deeper to what is possible.
So I might get emotional because I just realized this today, but when I first started a year ago, like I said, I did nothing and I made no money. And then when I finally realized that there was something to this, I started doing it. Look what happened. And a year later, I'm making more money than I made at my corporate job, like I said. And last year, I was not able to get my husband a gift or my son a gift or my mom. And this year I can get them whatever the hell I want because I am able to bring in the money. And the better part is that I can use this now to even reach more people. I've been able to invest in my business to be able to reach more people now than I ever thought possible. And that was my huge passion to begin with. So again, I went from having no confidence in the beginning, not thinking that I could help anybody, to a year later doing what I'm doing, and it is amazing. It is amazing.
And here is a little bit of what's possible in just over 2 years. And I have a little bit of a different story than everybody else because when I became a coach, I didn't have the team. The team wasn't formed yet. The training wasn't formed yet. The team website wasn't formed yet, and it was really on me to learn everything. And so as you just looked at Tatiana's past income, she in 5 months, in 6 months, has made more than I did in my first 15 months of coaching. And that's all because she was able to plug into the training system that our team has. And once that training system got put in place and we were able to really grow with it, and the team has been able to just flourish with it, you can really tell between my 15th month of coaching and then month 30. I'm on about month maybe 31 now of coaching, and so you can really see the difference and the growth potential and just how fast it does start to grow. And it really, really is just absolutely amazing. I mean, I was so nervous to leave my job at GM because of the money, and I just knew that there was something for me, that is not what I was supposed to be doing, that I was not supposed to be working in a factory, and that I was supposed to be doing something more. I had no value to what I was doing. I wasn't helping anyone. I wasn't helping myself. And now I am making more money and helping people and actually making a difference in people. I'm not putting air conditioners in cars. I'm actually changing lives. And so it's really, really amazing just what the potential is with this company. And then Kristen is going to show a couple more. These were all taken just from this morning, so I'm going to let Kristen go ahead and read a couple of these for you.
So these were posted this morning, and when I saw them, I seriously cried because it's just amazing what people have done with this opportunity. And this is real life. These are real posts that we took from this morning from Facebook. And this is possible. So read some of those posts. I'm going to read the bottom one for you because this is huge. And I would have done this. 4 years ago, I was selling things on eBay and Craigslist to get enough money around to pay for Christmas for my family. Today, my paycheck was nearly $10K. To say that this has changed my family's life is such an understatement. Thank you, Beachbody, for being a blessing in our lives. I mean, that's amazing. Look at these hashtags, thinking it may be time to retire soon, mind blown. It's awesome. And so when you see the potential, I just got chills again. It's like looking at that picture of Scott that when Julie posted that day of his last day, it was just amazing. You just felt this happiness for her. And that's the great thing about this is we're all happy for each other's success.
So how do you make it official? There are a couple ways to make it official and to become a coach on our team. Initially, there is a $39.95 business sign-up fee, but that fee is waived if you purchase a challenge pack, and so that's the way that most people go. The challenge pack is going to give you your workout of choice, a month of Shakeology. It's going to give you a 30-day club membership, which gives you the free meal planner, and then you get that fee waived. And this way, you're really able to be a product of the product. You're able to use the products, get the results. People are going to see what you're doing. And that's really what's going to help you grow your business. The challenge packs go between $140 and $205 depending on which pack you get. And right now the Insanity Max 30 challenge pack, which just came out 2 days ago, it's literally brand new, is on sale for $180. After that, there's a monthly fee of $15.95. And this monthly fee covers a ton of stuff. It covers your 3 Beachbody websites. So basically, you are given 3 websites. The second you sign up, you are able to earn money right away. You have access to your 3 websites that you can give to people so they can purchase through you. If you don't have to be a web designer, you don't have to pay somebody to be a web designer. They are already ready for you. You just have to hit send. Branded advertisement through the infomercials. It's really hard to find somebody who hasn't heard of a Beachbody product, either Brazil Butt Lift, P90X, Slim and 6, Insanity, and so that really helps you grow your business because we have a lot of name recognition. It also covers the warehouse employees for direct shipment to customers. There are a lot of companies out there that have really big buy-in initial investments, and thankfully Beachbody doesn't have that. We're not required to spend $500 or $1,500 or even $2,500 to buy product. We're not keeping it in our house. We're not stocking it. We're not doing home parties. We're not trying to sell it to our friends. You know, we have these warehouse employees, and they ship everything, so we don't touch it. So we are not required to have a basement full of Brazil Butt Lift boxes. It also covers our entire support team, which is our IT team and customer service. So if your customers have any questions, concerns, anything like that, they go right through them. If anything is going on with your website or your back office, you don't have to hire a web designer. IT takes care of it. It also covers the Success tab in our Coach Online office, which is filled with tons of personal development. There are books and recordings and everything to really help you on the inside and the outside. So the second that you become a coach, you are open for business. You can start earning right away. You have instant access to our team site. So you are going to want to talk to the specific person who invited you to this webinar, because they're going to be able to give you a link that's going to get you started. They're going to be able to help you figure out the best program that's for you and for your goals, and they are going to be able to get you started and get you signed up with our team and with our team's training. We also have a great ebook for training, and you're going to have instant access to that. And then Beachbody does this amazing thing for military, for active duty military. As their way of saying thanks for your service, they have they waive the military fee, the $15.95 monthly fee for active duty military. So if you or your spouse is active duty military, then you are available, or you can earn that discount. And then also, I don't want to forget this. So our $50 Amazon gift card that we are giving away. So we are giving this away. We are raffling it off to coaches who sign up by midnight tonight as a coach on Team Pure Synergy. We're going to be putting all the names in a hat and raffling off the $50 Amazon gift card. I also have a lot of Beachbody swag that I've accumulated, so we may throw something else in there, maybe a personal development book or something to help you get you started with your business as well. So like I said, the second that you sign up, you have instant access to everything that our team has to offer, which is pretty amazing. You don't have to wait for anything to come in the mail. You are just ready to go. And as Kristen mentioned too, this is really the best time to get into this. With Christmas coming, it's great to help you earn Christmas money, to help get your friends fit for Christmas. And with New Year's coming up, you're really going to be able to get through our next coach training group, which starts on Monday. It's going to give you everything you need to be able to hit the ground running when everybody is in full-on New Year's resolution mode the second that January 1st hits.
We just want to throw this in because we're so proud of Kelly, and I think she's on tonight, but she got sent to LA. Beachbody sent her to LA because of her amazing transformation with the 21-day fix. And Kelly is an amazing person. She is an amazing mother. She is an amazing, amazing coach and a wonderful friend to all of us and an inspiration and such a motivation. We love her so much. Kelly, we love you. And we are so proud of you, and we're so happy you're there. And we'll see you on TV soon. Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and get this off of screen share.
All right, guys. So I don't know why you showed up here tonight. Do you feel that you desire more? Do you know that you are destined for more, for better health and a better life in general? Imagine being able to stay home with your family, your kids. Imagine the freedom to work on your own terms. Imagine even just having extra money to pay off debt, get your kids something extra. This is a good one. Be able to go on date nights because you can now get a sitter and pay for dinner or whatever. Or even take a vacation you never thought you could. We have a coach that's in Disney right now because of this. She would not have been able to take this vacation, but now because of what she has been able to accomplish with this, she took her family to Disney. Imagine a job that makes you feel appreciated. Imagine having a dream and making it come true. Imagine not depending on anyone else for money. And guys, imagine not dieting anymore and actually living. Do you want this? Do you want to be able to live your life by your design and be healthy and happy? Guess what? You'll get that with coaching on our awesome team. Today, I heard a couple quotes while listening to personal development because that's what we do. 98% of the population says, what if I can't? 2% says, what if I can? I switched from that 98% to that 2%, and you saw what happened. Another one is, people won't try because they're scared of failing, while sitting and doing nothing is failing. I don't usually say I wish anymore, but I do wish I had done this sooner. Will you look back in a couple months or a year and say I wish I had? Thank you guys so much for joining us. Please reach out to the coach who invited you to join us. Have a chance to win that gift card, and if you have any questions. Have a wonderful night, and thanks again for joining.
Have a great night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you.